Spencer Rattler continues to be brilliant at home, guys. I don't know what's in the water at Williams-Brice Stadium, but 27-38, 399, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick in that ball game. Fantastic. I mean, again, South Carolina, it feels like at times they do everything they can to lose a football game, and he and Xavier Legette say, no, I will not allow it. Mario Anderson, I thought, ran the ball really well. Tough, physical, 24, just week in, week out basis. God gives his guts to Gamecocks football. I thought Spencer Rattler, as good as he was, I don't think he was quite as sharp as he's been at home, though. Some underthrown balls, that ball to Nick Harbor. I think some passes he got away with, but I mean, really, we're nitpicking there. Xavier Legette, 9 for 217, 2 touchdowns, guys. He was actually our MVP of the game. He was brilliant in that football game. Seeing him return to form, I think, is a really, really big deal and a positive for South Carolina. So getting Xavier Legette back going, you're going to need him, need Rattler, need Mario Anderson in these last 3 ball games to have a shot to win out. Guys, the offensive line just is what it is. It just, at this point, unfortunately, here's the thing. I think over the summer, we knew the offensive line was an issue, right? We knew the offensive line was going to give South Carolina problems, okay? I thought they would improve as the season went on because, and nobody saw the injuries coming. I thought they were going to improve because they would be healthy and they'd have some continuity. Okay, guys are getting better. They're progressing. And you just unfortunately don't have that. It's a shame. It's a shame because the injury bug has been so bad. And guys, we've talked about before, they've got to take a step back this offseason and look at, what has gone wrong when it comes to, when it comes to strength and conditioning and figuring things out. But the offensive line just is what it is because you're not going to get that much healthier, right? It's already confirmed Trey Jones is out for this weekend against Vanderbilt. I mean, you're not going to get that much healthier. Big True Babalade, Trovon, both those guys continue to come along, but you just are what you are. You just are what you are, which is not very good. And South Carolina, can you get away with that against a Vanderbilt? We shall see. You barely got away with it against JSU, although you did. But, how do you hold up in the rest of these games? Kentucky, Clemson, they're going to present challenges. But unfortunately, I don't see the offensive line taking major steps forward. I don't see them taking major steps forward this season because, guys, we are literally 9 games in, and you just are what you are this season. Defensively, guys, we're talking good, bad, and ugly. I would say the ugly is the defense. Poor tackling, blown assignments, missed tackles. It was just one thing after another, after another, after another, after another. I don't know. It's just so brutal to watch. I don't think the talent is there. South Carolina has a loft problem across the board. What is loft, you may ask? Loft stands for lack of effing talent. That's their problem. They got a loft problem. So there's not enough talent on this football team, but it feels like there's more talent on the defensive side than what is being shown. And what kills me is this, right? And is this going to solve all the issues? Not necessarily. And I got no issue with Clayton White finishing out this season. But guys, Southern Cal just fired Alex Grinch. Heck, Arkansas fired Dan Enos. Why can't Shane Beamer do that? Why can't South Carolina do the same? Why can't they make a move? What's stopping them? Truly, what's stopping them? Because whatever's happening, whatever's being implemented, it's bad. The defense is just bad across the board. I posed the question on social media, guys. What did we learn from this game? I learned Jacksonville State is a legitimate football team, by the way. They are, we talked about their Georgia State, of last year, kind of. They're very similar. I think that stands. Heck, I picked 38-27, 38-28's the final, right? So, I gave them all the credit in the world, and it wasn't just because I thought South Carolina was reeling. It's because JSU is a really, really good team, and they are. JSU is a good team. There are teams in the SEC that I think Jacksonville State would beat. I think on a neutral field, hey, even if it's in Nashville, there's a good chance JSU beats Vanderbilt. there's a good chance they go toe-to-toe with Mississippi State. Like, JSU's solid, right? They got a great coach in Rich Rod. Outside of that, though, like, I don't think we learned anything truly new about South Carolina. The best thing you can say about this game, guys, a win is a win is a win, and you didn't lose. Thank God you didn't lose. That's it. That's it. I mentioned it in the post game on Saturday, and I am so ready to move off this game because I don't have a lot of joy, guys. I don't have a lot of joy from watching that game. There's just not a lot of positive to draw. Like, maybe there's other shows out there that are going to tell you that South Carolina's turned a corner because they escaped near disaster against the Jacksonville State Gamecocks. Maybe there's shows out there. I think that would be, I think it would sound really silly and foolish to be pumping that type of blind, silly optimism on these airwaves. Now, maybe listen, momentum's a fickle mistress. We talked about it, right? The 4-game stretch in November, it couldn't have set up any better because first step was break your losing streak. You did that. You got to win. No matter how ugly it is, you got to win. Now you take a step up, an SEC opponent comes in Vanderbilt. Okay? You got to get going a little bit more. Then you build a little bit more momentum. And we've seen South Carolina under Shane Beamer. They get some momentum, all bets are off, right? They get some momentum, all bets are off. So you take that next step. Here comes Kentucky, right? Then all bets are off against them and the Clemson Tigers to close it out. So the best thing you can say about this game, guys, a win is a win is a win, and there were no significant injuries that I am aware of. I think, Trey Jones continues to be out. Trey Knox might miss another week. Outside of that, I don't think there's anything significant. Shane Beamer, of course, speaking on his teleconference last night, he updated everyone. Juice Wells, guys, I think it's a smokescreen. I don't think Juice Wells is going to see the field again ever at South Carolina. I don't think he's going to see the field this season. And outside of that, again, a win is a win is a win. A win's a win's a win. And so that should, I guess, bring us some joy. And there's a lot more joy in winning and losing. And so I will drop it. I will let it go. Gamecocks got a W. Bowl eligibility is still in the sights. And we'll see how and if South Carolina is able to build off of a 10-point win over the Jacksonville State Gamecocks.